Lordstown is dying. New special edition Supra, and the new Singer DLS Turbo. Welcome to episode 239 of the We Are Auto Show. What's up, Derek?
Mr. Michael Rao, you're back.
I'm back in blue.
Yes, you are.
I was out of town for a few days. Had to take off and get into some peace and quiet, some serenity.
So you went to Vermont?
No, but I went to the southern version of Vermont.
Which is?
The North Georgia Mountains.
Ah, basically North Carolina or South Carolina.
It's
they all blend together.
South Carolina is too far east.
Yes.
East. So I did pop into North Carolina for, 45 minutes or so, because I can. But what a place, man. God, it's so beautiful up there.
Hopefully you spotted some cool cars while you're there.
We will talk a bit about that in a few more episodes. But for now, let's talk about some news, shall we?
Sure.
So let's start with a car company that I know nothing about.
Let's do it.
It's called Lordstown, and they're dead.
Lordstown Motors.
Yeah. What do you know about Lordstown Motors?
So, my understanding of Lordstown Motors is I really want to be Rivian, but I don't have the financial backing of Amazon and Jeff Bezos.
I think that's part of it, but from what I also understood is they're going after more of the fleet truck market versus just the off-road Tacoma bro.
Looking at this photo, kind of a weird-looking truck.
Yeah, its face is uncomfortable looking.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I don't love it. It kind of has the Silverado Chevy vibes down the side to me. And the front is just whatever they want to do.
It's not great for me.
No,
I'm not a fan of it.
No, wouldn't say I love it.
Their truck is called the Endurance. That's the name of it.
I've heard worse, and P412C is worse, but Endurance isn't great.
It's not great.
No.
But really funny is the truck's name is Endurance, but it doesn't have enough range to really live up to the namesake.
What's its range?
It's full EV, and it has a range of EPA estimated 174 miles.
Oh.
There's nothing endurance about 174 miles of range.
No. That is not enough.
Especially if you're going after the fleet truck market.
Yeah, no. Not at all.
I think Lordstown was kind of doomed from the get-go.
What happened here?
Okay, so I don't know 100%, but from what I gather, Lordstown Motors took an investment from this big tech company called Foxconn. Foxconn makes a lot of, chips and stuff for a lot of other big-name brands. Like, I think you mentioned Apple and all sorts of big ones like that.
Yeah, here's a couple North American brands that Foxconn works with. Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, Hewlett-Packard, Intel, Dell, Cisco. It's just all the big tech companies.
It seems like there's a bunch.
Yes.
Right, so Foxconn invested, I believe it's $170 million into Lordstown for things.
Okay.
Right. And then the problem is Foxconn is now backing out of that investment. Which is causing Lordstown to have to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. But normally, some bankruptcy, it's fine. It can be acquired by someone else.
Right.
This really spells death to me because they're selling off assets. When you start selling off all your assets, that's kind of a sign to tell you, ooh,
yeah,
that's not just like we're going to get scooped up by someone else. That's like we're kind of dying.
If they didn't have any money, well, not any, but I don't think that they have the money to be able to go up against Foxconn because they make bank. I can tell you that. The deals with Apple and whatnot are like 200, 300 million. It's big time money. And I think that they make the chips for the iPhones and whatnot. So I don't think that they can contend with the lawyer fees that would be associated, nor do they want to.
The wild thing is Foxconn's pulling out of the investment, but Lordstown is going to sue Foxconn for this.
Oh, no.
So your thought that they're not going to be able to, go after Foxconn? They're going after him.
Okay, that's not good.
Yeah. This is a a car company I've never heard of. It's got a crummy vehicle. Was it ever really like on the rocket for success?
Kind of like is Rivian on the rocket for success?
Well, I think they're a bit different.
How?
Again, they're going after two completely different markets. This is going after work fleet trucks, where your county, your big utilities provider, whomever, is buying 10,000 trucks at a time, whereas Rivian's not.
Amazon delivery vans?
Well, it's Rivian, but it's not all at the same time.
Okay,
it is Rivian, but it's not the Rivian that everyone knows.
Looking at the wiki article that I have pulled up, in 2019, the truck was expected to be released to the U.S. market, but it was actually released in 2020. Released. I don't think you can actually get them yet. At a price of $52,500.
That's too much damn money.
For a truck that only goes 170 miles, that is far too much.
That's a $19,000 truck.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, that is a $19,000 truck. That should be competing with a Ford Maverick.
I'm assuming that's why Foxconn was in here, to try to save the electronics, get it to actual good EV status. But you got to do like battery chemistry, electronics, aero. There's much more to it. So they're probably doomed. I want to see competition in this space. I don't like seeing these kind of companies, because this is supposed to be the kind of scrappy-esque startup kind of car company, and they're supposed to take it to the big guys, like Tesla has done, like Rivian is struggling to do. And think about what other car companies are there that can compete.
Lucid, that's kind of it.
That's it. Like, there's not much.
There's others, sure, but not much.
No, not especially in the EV market. Like, there's not. So
there's your favorite car, the Aptera.
They're not making any. They're not in that conversation.
But yeah, no, this is Lordstown. For all intents and purposes, this looks like it's pretty well dead at this point.
Unfortunate.
It doesn't look savable.
Nope.
So let's move on to a different car, and let's talk about a sports car this time. A Toyota Supra. Yes, the new Supra. You get a special edition. You get the 45th anniversary edition of the Toyota Supra.
Okay.
Yeah. So Toyota is celebrating 45 years of the Celica Supra, which is what the original car was called. Came out in 1979, which makes the 2024 45 years later.
Yes, it does.
And they're doing a fancy version of the Supra. It's going to come in, white or orange paint. The orange paint is called Mikan Blast, which in Japanese, Mikan means orange.
Okay.
The Orange Blast.
Solid.
It is a blast of orange. That's fine.
That's fine.
The biggest addition to this car, though, is the fact that there's a manually adjustable rear wing.
A manually adjustable.
Wait, you can
what?
set different angles of attack and things like that.
Whoa.
That's kind of cool, actually.
Other than race cars with gurney flaps and actual angle adjustments, do you know of a production car?
GT3s.
Stock.
Yeah. GT3.
You're right.
Yeah, it's doable.
But a very small handful of them.
Not a lot of them do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one, you get to manually adjust your rear wing angle and all that. Kind of neat.
I like that.
Yeah, kind of neat. Now, the vast majority of people that will do that don't have any idea what they're adjusting it for. But you can do it.
It's a party trick.
Mm-hmm.
It's a neat party trick.
With the 45th anniversary, you get, let's see. Oh, that picture's cool. That's the GT4 version of it on track with it. Mm-hmm. Neat. But with the 45th anniversary, you get matte black 19-inch wheels. Woohoo. You get a black graphic up the side of it. You get some orange strut lower braces. You get a bunch of Gazoo Racing logos all over the place and on the brake calipers and that kind of stuff. Yeah. Now, Toyota says that they've designed this car to remind buyers of a certain famous Supra from a particular movie in, say, the early 2000s.
Fast and Furious stuff.
You might be correct.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to say it doesn't really remind me of that Supra very much.
It didn't come to mind for me.
No.
Okay.
It is orange, and it does say Supra on it.
Yes.
That's about the amount of reminding it does for me.
It doesn't have the same shape.
No. It's also a Mark V versus Mark IV, and we've talked about how it just doesn't really look like a Supra. It just looks like a car. But yeah, it's something. Yeah.
Did they say how many would be made?
900 of them.
Okay.
So it's Brit limited. Now, it is based off of the premium trim. So you get the 3-liter turbocharged inline 6 with either a 6-speed manual or 8-speed automatic transmission. So you get 382 horsepower, which is fine. It's fine.
If you're going to buy a Supra, would you go out of your way to buy this?
Me? No.
Why?
A manually adjustable rear wing doesn't justify how much more. There's no definite number on price yet, but let's expect it to be quite a bit more than the current.
Right, 900. I think that's the right number.
Yeah, it's the right amount of them.
Yeah. As far as price goes, do you think it's more than 10 grand more?
Before I get into that, let me ask you, what would you pay for this car?
What's the base Supra right now?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What is this car worth to you? I'll tell you that in a minute, but what is this car worth to you?
It's not worth 2 BRZs to me.
Which would be how much?
50 grand. 60, sure. I know that's like the base of these. They're like 40 to 50 new.
All right, so the regular premium trim, which is what this is based off of, it starts at about 56 grand.
Yeah. Okay. Put yourself in the shoes of the Supra buyer, Supra enthusiast that is going to buy a Supra. They're going to get one. It's going to be a new Supra. Do they go out of their way to get one of 900?
If they have posters of Paul Walker in their bedroom, yes. If they don't, no.
And I think that was a smart marketing play from Toyota to try to, turn the corner around the, hey, this is a Too Fast, Too Furious car. It's got some little bits of paint here and there, and it'll make you buy it.
It's not the same orange.
No.
It's not the same wing.
No. It's not the same shape.
It's not the same shape. It's not the same engine. It's not the same.
But if you were a new Supra purchaser, if I was going to get a new Supra and I had 50 grand or whatever it's going to be to spend on this, it's either base or this.
Well, not base, but premium or this.
Sure, premium or this.
It depends how much more it's going to be over premium.
Yep.
If it's $1,500 more, sure.
It's more.
If it's 10 grand more,
there's 900 of them.
That makes this a $66,000 Supra.
I know.
You're getting 382 horsepower for $66,000.
Yeah, it's not worth
it. The horsepower to dollar ratio isn't there for me.
No, not at all.
It's just, it's fine.
They're trying.
I commend them for their efforts.
Yeah.
I commend them for their efforts because it is a striking looking thing in that orange.
Yeah. I like the idea. I like the looks are solid. Doesn't look terrible. What's the price going to be?
There's no set price yet. They haven't released it. Realistically, though, I would expect 65 plus.
Yeah, I think you're right, especially with 900 being made. Now, will it resell?
In 20 years, maybe.
Yes, in 20 years, certainly, because it will be relatively new manual on the road.
Mm-hmm.
That will be a movie-ish icon thing. So, yes. In 7 years? Nope. No, it won't.
It's
it won't
from
matter.
the Fast and Furious. No, it's not.
It won't matter.
It looks interesting, but no.
Yeah. All right. What do we got next?
Let's move on to another rare car. It is also orange. Yes. It's the new Singer DLS Turbo.
We've talked about 2 orange cars that are not McLarens.
Correct.
What is happening here?
This is the new Singer Porsche, the DLS Turbo. So Singer, they're famous for making 911s reimagined, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they also make it not in orange. But golly, what a thing this is. You're not a fan already, are you? You uncultured swine. Leave. It's beautiful.
The magical part about this is you can see the normal body shape of the Porsche and then just like extra bits plastered on the edge.
It's not plastered.
From the back.
It's forged carbon fiber.
Look at it.
So what?
This is the crazy Lamborghini body plastered on a Porsche.
It's not crazy. Oh my God.
This is the Nova Tech for a Porsche.
You uncultured swine, you.
Oh my.
It looks amazing.
Those eyes, they will murder.
Are beautiful.
They will murder.
All right, let me explain the car before
Okay.
you start poo-pooing this, okay? So this car, this DLS Turbo, Jesus, dude.
The back is the best point of view. You could just see the Porsche, the old car. It's like an extra shell was put around the old car.
Jesus, Derek.
It looks exactly
It
like
looks
that.
amazing. It doesn't look like that at all.
You can't not see it anymore.
I do see it, okay? Shut up. But I still like it. Let me explain why. Okay. So the DLS Turbo, by the way, DLS stands for the Dynamic and Lightweighting Study.
Okay.
So they take the Lotus approach, simplify and make lighter, right? This DLS Turbo is a modern reinterpretation of the old Porsche 934 or 935 endurance race cars from the 1970s that were so dominant back in the day. Let me pull up a picture of one of those for
I'm
you.
glad they did not name it the DSL, which was like remember the DSL modems where it would
Yes.
go and call your phone to get to your internet, yada yada. Yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So let me just show you what the original looked like. The original looked like this.
Okay.
So there's a reason. This is the car. Now you're not looking at it on screen, but I'm showing Derek on my screen. That is what this is supposed to be reminiscent of. Go away. Thank you. But either way, it's bonkers. This whole car is designed to be a modern interpretation of that old 934 or 935 from back in the day.
Okay.
Now, it is built based on the 964 generation 911, which is an air-cooled 911 from early 90s or so. And it is, it's all custom built, a full carbon fiber wide body.
To my understanding, you bring them a 964 and then
Yep.
they do it? Okay.
Yes, you supply the 964 and then they sort it out. They pretty much rebuild the whole car from ground up, from nuts to soup, I guess you would say.
Okay.
Yeah, this thing is wild. The DLS Turbo, you get that custom carbon fiber wide body that looks like an old race car. You get 700 horsepower, twin turbo 3.8 liter flat six with a manual gearbox that revs to over $9,000.
700 horsepower in this.
Twin turbo revving to $9,000.
Jeez. Okay.
Manual trans.
That is probably too fast for this, but awesome.
It's amazing. You can option this car with an aero package either for street or track. I bet you can't guess which one's which.
Is there two difference?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, go to
in
the back
these
of
photos?
them.
Okay. I'll try and
The
find
other
the
back.
shot. Oh,
Look for a back shot. So
Is
you
there-
can see the back
There.
there, and then look over the car to the back on the next picture. What do you see lacking?
oh, there's no wing. Okay.
Yes, correct.
Gotcha.
So obviously track
Mhm.
versus street.
Right.
Right. Yeah, it's wild. You get, track, a massive rear wing.
Yeah, it's big.
Massive.
It's big.
It's look at how long it is.
Dinner for three, please.
Yes, correct. Now, I will say Singer is really, really careful to point out that they are not a boutique manufacturer like, say, Roof or Alpina or one of those kind of companies, or Brabus even. They're like their own kind of design house. Their whole goal being Singer is just to reimagine, what is the most perfect 911 you can possibly dream up?
Does the Alpina not do that with BMW?
Not quite, because they're like a boutique manufacturer. This is like its own thing.
Is the difference that you can't go to the Porsche dealer and buy this? Whereas
That's part of it.
I think you can go to the manufacturer and buy an Alpina.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is going to be not cheap.
No, this is going to be stupid money.
So the other DLS, the original DLS, the Dynamics and Lightweighting study, was a naturally aspirated 4-liter flat six. And remember, the DLS had engineering from Williams Racing and all this. So like proper F1 style engineering in this.
Yep.
The DLS Turbo, it's going to be more than the regular DLS. That is for sure. The regular DLS costs about $1.8 million.
Oh, no. Oh, boy.
And all of them were immediately spoken for.
Oh, boy.
The DLS Turbo, there's no official price listed, but if you have to ask, you probably can't afford it.
I don't think you can afford it if you ask.
No, you can't.
No.
Because realistically, it's a multi-million-dollar car.
This is like a $3 million car.
Yeah, 2 to 3, I would say.
Yeah. Huh.
But it's gorgeous.
$3 million to wrap your Porsche in another Porsche?
Oh, Jesus Christ, Derek. It is not wrapping your Porsche in another Porsche. Why are you so quick to put... It looks great.
It looks great from the front. I just can't unsee that there is a Porsche bumper in a Porsche bumper.
I like it.
I can't unsee that.
That's what the race car looked like.
Did it?
Yes.
Okay. Then that's
It
what
looks
we're going
exactly like the rear end of the Porsche 934.
for. Now I'm going to go have to look at the race car.
It looks exactly. I'm trying to find a picture of the rear of it.
And then I wouldn't be able to unsee that either.
So this one, well, you have some side skirts, but let me find the 935. That way you can see the error in your ways.
I know that Singer is pricey. Can you go any higher up than this, though?
Like if you're a Porsche guy?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so this
Not
is like
really.
the max Singer
This is
ridiculous.
pretty much the most max. Look at the 935. Look at this. Look.
Give me that photo. I'll show it to the
Well,
people.
hold on. This one, and I'll get you two so you can see the back of it. It's tiny. I don't care. I will send
That's
it to
fine.
you. It is wonderful. It is absolutely sublime.
Did they say how many they're making?
No. They won't.
How many realistically do you think will be made? 10? Is it
50.
under 100?
Probably 50.
Under 100.
Yeah, probably like a 50 or something. Look,
So
the back of this looks like there's a Porsche bumper inside of a bumper.
we'll never see one.
No.
Dang it. Okay.
I would love to see one, but we will realistically, that ain't going to happen.
I see some of the body lines. It works for Porsche people.
You're just poo-pooing. Look again. You can see the rear bumper inside of the rear bumper on this one. It's just, it is. You're just poo-pooing it because it's a Porsche and it's not a Subaru.
No. No. I do think that there is a big market out there for
That's a better picture.
the Porsche fanatics like yourself.
Look on my screen.
I see it. It definitely has the bumper in the bumper look.
I know.
To someone who has never seen that, it looks odd. But I guess if it's your thing, then
Just uncultured is all you are.
that's what it is. That's what it is.
I love it. It's ridiculously expensive. It's bonkers. It's just insane.
That's
And
what
it's
they do
going to be
best.
all sold immediately.
Sweet.
Yeah, so that's all the news I got. You got anything else to wrap us up for episode 239?
No, I do not.
In that case, thank you so much for watching and listening. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up on the video, and drop a comment. Let us know, what do you think about the whole Lordstown Foxconn debacle? Be curious to know your thoughts there. If you're listening on audio only, send us those thoughts via social. Facebook is We Are Auto, Instagram is We Are Auto _, YouTube is We Are Auto, and our website is weareauto.io. So, thanks again. Catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.